There are some men that were just born to play the game of football. Whether that be through pedigree, genetics, or raw athleticism, some guys seem like they were just built in a lab. A player that fits that description quite well is the focal point of today's prospect profile, Georgia's Amarius Mims. So if you are new to my channel or new to the series, the purpose of these prospect profile videos is to evaluate a player's strengths, areas to improve upon, scheme fit, team fits, pro comparison, and overall draft projection. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more NFL draft contests, just 8 starts, while appearing in another 21 games, while not playing significant snaps in those games. This is viewed as a double-edged sword in my opinion. For one, this leaves a ton of untapped potential for NFL coaches to take advantage of. On the other hand, Mims lacks some real experience and comes with some doubts about his long-term ability to stay healthy. In terms of overall blocking, my concerns with Mims are mostly on the run blocking side of the ball. Mims can improve on running his feet when engaged defenders as a run blocker. He will battle to a stalemate and stop his feet completely. Against high motor NFL defenders, this can cause issues with extended plays. Mims relies on punches and two-handed swipes in pass protection. I need to see a more nuanced approach and maybe a deeper bag in terms of using his hands. Hopefully he will grow with more playing time. He needs to alternate his punches based on the leveraging and positioning of the defender. Mims needs to use his overall raw power more. You would be hard-pressed to find a defender with the strength to overpower him. When we are talking about a scheme fit for Amarius Mims, I would say Mims fits almost perfectly in his zone blocking scheme, where his agility and movement skills can be maximized. His versatility also allows him to potentially excel in various offensive line positions, including both left and right tackle, making him an incredible valuable asset for teams seeking flexibility along their offensive front. Here are 5 teams that I think could look to draft Amarius Mims in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are in need of a new starting right tackle, where Mims made all of his collegiate starts. Pick 13 might be high, but the Raiders have banked off potential before. The Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals hopefully put a temporary end to the quest to protect Joe Burrow, as Mims would slot perfectly for the free agent Jonah Williams. The Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have heavily invested in the offensive line over the past 2 offseasons, and Mims would be the final piece to an arguably top 10 offensive line. The Pittsburgh Steelers. We know that the Steelers like their Georgia Bulldogs. Mims would fill a massive hole on the Steelers line, no pun intended. And finally, the Dallas Cowgirls. The Cowboys' offensive line has been decimated through free agency, and they are in need of a new franchise left tackle, where Mims can play as well. My pro comparison for Amarius Mims is Tyron Smith. I know that's super high praise, but Mims' sheer dominance as a pass blocker and physical dominance of his opposition is almost a mirror comparison. Mims arguably has the highest ceiling of any offensive tackle in the entire class, with so much room to grow, especially as a run blocker. The athleticism, the size, dominance, and physical strength really reminds me of Smith. Physically gifted and skilled as a player with so little playing experience. There's a ton of room for him to grow, not only into his frame, but into his potential as a franchise caliber cornerstone. Like I mentioned before, I believe Mims has the highest ceiling of any tackle in the entire draft class, which is why I believe Amarius Mims will be a top 25 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.